Hello kids, welcome back to the class. Today I am going to teach you safety and first aid continuous part. In previous class I taught safety. What is safety? How should be safe at home, on the road and even while playing in the school. I said many safety rules in this way. Today we are going to learn about first aid. What is first aid? How we use first aid? What are things are there in first aid box? That all we can learn in this class. Look at first I'll teach the lesson from the textbook. You can also read the same way. Again I'll explain it. First aid. The immediate help given to injured person before a doctor comes or before the patient is taken to hospital is called first aid. This is the first aid box. Encircle the things we keep in the first aid box. After I'll teach these all. Need for first aid. First aid is given to comfort an injured person. We can prevent the injury from becoming worse. First aid can also save a person's life. If you happen to see an accident, call an adult immediately so that first aid can be given to the injured person. First aid in case of an injury. In case of an injury, a cut or a wound, wash the affected area with water and wipe off blood with cotton. Apply antiseptic cream on the injury. Tie a bandage if there is too much bleeding. If the injury is serious, take the person to the doctor. Up to here. See, accident means what? What is accident? When we get injured, if any person, that is called the accident. Is it no? Last class we know that. What is accident? Accident happens when we are careless. So when we are in carefully, we not get the accident. So the safety means we have to staying away from the harm or danger or injury things. So when the person for any person happen the accident, how should we take care of them? What should we do on that time? If any accident happen in your home, if your brother or sister they cut their finger, means what first aid we have to take? So that things we can learn here. First, what is the first aid box? The immediate help given to the injured person before a doctor comes or before the patient is taken to the hospital is called the first aid box. I said no, if your brother or sister they cut their finger, means they get hurt, it is bleeding now, is it no? And that time what we have to do? Before going to the doctor, we have to take care of that. So how should we take care of them? First we have to wash that wounded place. Again, if they are still bleeding, means we have to put the antiseptic cream. Again we have to put the bandage. After we have to take to the doctor. So before going to the doctor, what we are taking care, that is called the first aid. So to whom need first aid? The first aid need is comfort an injured person. If they are getting more accidents, it's a more bleeding, means we can't give the first aid. Okay, we can prevent the injury from becoming worse. So if anybody will get the accident, so we have to take care that is called the first aid. When we taking the first aid, so that's prevent to get the worst thing. Okay, so that's why we are taking the first aid. So what is the first aid box? What are there in the first aid box? Now I will show. So this is always the doctor keep one of the kit. Is it no? What are there in that kit? There is a many safety things, first aid things, that is called the first aid kit. Even not only doctor, even many schools, offices, in buses, in cars, in bikes, and even at home also we have to keep this first aid kit. So what are there in the first aid kit? Almost all doctors keep the stethoscope, again syrups, tablets, scissors, knife, again body temperature checker, thermometer, that is called the thermometer, mask, again injection, bandage. So these things they are keeping in the first aid box. Even some gloves also, bandage, some pads, again picker, tape, Dettol, tablets, thermometer, earbud, scissor, one of the board to for writing for the prescription. Okay, these all things they are keeping in the first aid box. And the next, to whom need a first aid? Those who get accident. So we have to take care of them. If you happen to see an accident, call an adult immediately. So I said no, if your brother or sister get the hurt, you can call your, if you can't take care of you, you can call your elders, your parents, or any adults in your home. You can call them. You should immediately inform them if they are fell down, or if they get any hurt, or to looking at any accident. You can call the immediately parents or adults. So why? Because they know to give the first aid. You are the small kids, no, you don't know to give the first aid. So that's why they will take care of them. First aid in cases of an injury. So in info box they given one of the ideas. See, in earlier times people used honey to treat small cuts. In small cuts from the scissor or from the knife, okay, if they're cutting anything, so the small cut will happen, no, they get hurt, no. So for that they are putting, in earlier days they are putting the honey. So this prevent the bleeding. The honey is prevent the bleeding. But nowadays we are using the antiseptic creams. And look at your box. Encircle the things we keep in the first aid box. Which things is necessary for the first aid box? Those scissor, okay. Scissor, okay. Again, medicines, okay. Okay, Savlon, Dettol, okay. Plaster, okay. Bandage, cotton. What is this? This don't need. This don't need. Pinning machine, no need. Okay, book, okay. So these things we need into the necessary into the first aid box. In case of an injury, a cut or a wound, wash the affected area with water and wipe off blood with the cotton. So if they get any hurt or bleed, if they coming bleeding, means first you have to wash off with the cold water. Again you have to wipe from the cotton. Again you can apply for the antiseptic cream on that injury. So after completing this, you have to put the bandage. There is no too much bleeding. If they are getting too much bleeding, you have to call the doctor or you have to call the ambulance. They will take care of them. If this injury is serious, take the person to the doctor. I said no. So if you can't take, you should call to the ambulance. So that is the ambulance number 108. Okay children, I hope you are all understand the first aid. Accidents happen when we are careless. As I know, some important glance. Look at here. Safety means staying away from harm or dangers or injurious things. For our safety, we must follow some safety rules at home, on the road, while playing in the school. Yes, we always be in the careful. You don't be in the careless while you are in the house or in the playground or in the classroom or in the road. So, or in the vehicle, you should be careful. The immediate help to an injured person before a doctor comes or before the patient is taken to the hospital. It is called the first aid. Can you answer for these questions, children? Accident happens when we are careless. It means staying away from injury or danger, accident, safety or first aid. Safety. It means staying away from the injury or danger. It's called the safety. Do not play with fire or electrical appliances or both. Yes, we have to both fire and electrical appliances. For both you don't play with. In school, do not stand on where desks, corridors, stairs. On the desks, you don't stand on the desks. It is given to comfort the injured. Safety, accident, first aid. What is given to the comfort of the injured person? First aid. So can you answer for this? Put tick for the sentence right and cross for the wrong one. Staying safe is as important as staying healthy. Yes, it's correct. Yes, if we are staying safely, we are healthy. Always play with fire and matchboxes. Is it true? Wrong. You should not touch the matchboxes and you should not play with the fire. Cross the road only at the zebra crossing. It's the correct one. When we want to cross the road, we have to choose the zebra crossing. Do not take turns to play. Do not take turns to play. Yes. When your turns to your play, you have to play. Otherwise, when they are playing others, you have to wait. Then when your turns will come, and that time you have to play. So this is the wrong. For the question answers, I will give into the next class. Multiple choice questions, tick true or false, and even answer the following questions. Okay kids, I hope you understand this class. Next class I will give the notes. Bye.